Hello, I'm constitutional attorney Catherine Henry, and this is Wednesday's Way to Get Involved. For those of you who have missed yesterday's Restore Freedom Weekly episode, I'd invite you to check that out on our Rumble channel, which is rumble.com/c/restore freedom. But check yesterday's episode out. It'll give full context to why I'm providing this challenge or way to get involved for the week. So without any further ado, this week's challenge, this week's way to get involved for you is to go out, if you don't already have one, to go out and actually buy a paper copy of the unabridged, non-pocket edition of the Black's Law Dictionary. So let's kind of take a pause there and break that sentence down a bit. So I only think you need one per household, unless you have a ton of people in your family that just absolutely love digging into all this kind of legal stuff on a regular basis and you don't want to share. By all means, go get more than one copy. But if you get one for your whole household, and it's important to have a paper copy. There's just something about that makes it a little bit more easy. Plus, let me just be honest here. I don't necessarily trust that when you buy one of these, expensive books from, you have that e-copy and it's, on your device or it's on an account somewhere online, that it's always actually going to be there. Whereas my paper copy of Black's Law Dictionary, I bought many years ago and going on 20 years ago, and it's still on the shelf right now. So I can access it anytime and big tech can't ever take it away from me. My husband hasn't been excited about lifting those heavy boxes every time we've had to move or rearrange things, but nonetheless, I still have that copy. So the other thing I want to say about that is make sure when you do this, it is the Black's Law Dictionary, not any kind of other off-brand law dictionary. It's not any kind of free online one that you see online. There's a lot of problems with the ones that I've tried to use. And trust me, if there's something free out there that we can use instead of having to pay, these companies lots of money to use these resources, by all means. I mean, every week so far, every resource I've given you is it's free to use. This particular one, it's worth paying for it. And I'm not going to bore you with all the details as to why, but I'm going to hope that you trust me on this. And I've definitely used it in enough of my videos, and certainly in all of my briefs that I've written in the US and Michigan Supreme Court, that you trust me on this one and go for it. But get the Black's Law Dictionary. Black's Law Dictionary is the only law dictionary that is regularly referenced and cited by both the state Supreme Courts and the U.S. Supreme Court, and trusted on a regular basis. It'll put you on the same playing field as any attorneys, government officials, courts that you will come up against or be working in a situation with regarding some context where you're fighting for freedom. Not only that, there are now abridged versions of the Black's Law Dictionary, as well as pocket editions of the Black's Law Dictionary. Do yourself a favor, do not get the abridged version and do not get the pocket edition of the Black's Law Dictionary. Make sure it literally just says Black's Law Dictionary second edition or seventh edition, or I don't even know what edition they're out with right now. It might be, the 50th edition by now. But at any rate, unabridged and not the pocket edition. It is super important to have that resource available to you at your fingertips, because so much of what is happening, we're realizing more and more that these government officials are stepping away from what their bounds are, right? They're creating these things like executive orders or mandates and expecting us to just follow them and telling us that they are law, and that the executive branch gets to issue these, or that the judicial branch gets to come out with case law that it's binding on us as people, and we have to follow it as though it's a statute and all this other kind of stuff. Now, there's a lot of nuanced stuff talking about describing how cases have described certain terms that's built into the Black's Law Dictionary. But by and large, it is a dictionary that explains what the true legal terms are for any given word. So with that in mind, it's a tool that is really hard to avoid having if you really want to be informed, if you really want to be able to fight the best fight for your freedom, whether you're battling something in court, whether you're just writing a letter to your city manager or your city council, whether you're getting prepared to go to some sort of hearing in a committee at your legislature, or anything in between. Honestly, you want to be the most prepared that you can. And let's be honest yet again. It doesn't matter if you're an attorney, a judge, a doctor, a teacher, a stay-at-home mom, a garbage truck driver. There will inevitably come up a time where you come across a legal term that you're like, I have no idea what in the world this means, and I don't want to look stupid when I'm trying to fight for my point on this issue. I don't know if this helps me or hurts me. I really wish I knew. Well, having the Black's Law Dictionary is going to give you that best chance of knowing what that term is. And so that is my challenge of the week. It's highly unlike anything else I've ever done. I've never challenged you to buy something. Certainly this isn't about commercialism and everything else, but hopefully I've given you just a tiny window, a tiny preview into the tons of reasons why I have to encourage you to go ahead and buy a paper copy of the unabridged non-pocket edition of the Black's Law Dictionary to have in your household and be able to use as you see fit on your freedom fighting adventures. So with that being said, this is not a full episode today. It is just Wednesday's Way to Get Involved challenge. And that is my challenge for you this week. Thank you so much. And make sure to tune in to all the new different posts and things we'll have each day of the week, but certainly next Tuesday at noon on our Rumble channel, where we will have the next edition of Restore Freedom Weekly. Thanks so much, guys.